I'm going to talk about this first, actually, this tower. I'm going to go back to this properly in detail when I go through this reading, but I just want to talk about this now. I just want to address that now. I think what this tower is about, because I'm just looking at this tower and my eyes going from that to the Queen of Wands, going backwards and forwards from that tower to the Queen of Wands. And, you know, that this queen, the Queen of Wands, is the most straightforward queen. She's very honest. She comes forward, you know, she's facing us. She's the only queen that faces us head on. You know, she looks us right in the eye. So this is a very honest queen, a moving forward queen. So I think what that's about is someone's going to come out and they're going to tell you something. They're going to tell you their truth. They're going to come out with some kind of big revelation, or they're going to come into your life and tell you something. And it's going to be a bit of a shock for you. And I think for them, they're going through a few problems, a few tower moments as well. But they want to come out and tell you something. So I think that's what that is about. So I just want to get that over with first, because it doesn't feel like a great big horrible thing that's going to happen to you. But it is something that's going to affect you a lot, because when you've got the tower, or when you've got anything in the middle like that, that's the most important card. That's the key card to the spread. So I just want to tell you that before I say any more. Okay, but I don't want you to worry. Okay, so with this Hermit, I'm seeing this quite literally, actually. So yeah, you've been very, very busy. I can see that. I'm getting lots of pressure on you, actually. You might not even realise you're under pressure, because I'm getting little bits of pressure on you. People putting little things on top of your head, not literally, obviously, but people putting pressure on you to do things. People have yeah, this is the word I'm getting, expectations. People expect things of you. And yeah, there's something around work here. There's something around work or career, and it feels like there's something you want to progress with. It feels like there's something else you want to do that you're not doing now, or there's something you want to move forward in, and you're not able to do that because you're still feeling this weight of all these expectations. You've got people that are trying to pressure you to do this, that, and the other thing, and you can't. To me, it feels like you can't really move forward. And you want to move on to your own path, because that's what this Hermit's doing. He's on his own path by himself. Not that you want to be by yourself, but it's more like, ultimately, I think you want to do something that's not on someone else's agenda, not on someone else's path. It doesn't have the expectations of what other people want of you. It's something that you want to do. The other thing I'm getting here is you might be feeling like you're not earning, you're not up to full earning potential. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to make more money. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. A lot of people disagree with that. They get mad at me when I say that. But there's nothing wrong with wanting to earn what you feel that you're worth. And I'm getting that because there aren't any coin cards in this whole spread. There are no pentacles here. So that's what you're missing out on, I think. So I think when you get on your own path, when you get on this path that you want to get on, and you're doing exactly what you want to do, all that will come from that. You know, you'll get money, you'll get satisfaction, you'll feel a lot freer. But you've got to get yourself out of listening to other people. You've got to get yourself out of doing what people expect of you, especially around work, because I'm getting lots and lots of people putting their things on you, saying, oh, can you just do this? Can you just do that? All that kind of pressure. And yeah, of course, there are some things you need to do at work if you have to do things, of course. But see if you can eliminate as much of that as you possibly can to get your head back into your own self and your own path and what you want for yourself. Because I think this goes way back. I think you're trying to train yourself out of that now. But there's a lot of, I'm getting a lot of family expectation around you as well. And it feels like maybe your family, especially one parent, I'm getting one very strong-willed parent here, if this is you. Yeah, very strong-willed parent, expecting you to do a certain thing, expecting you to fulfill a certain thing. And it's really all about, I know this sounds horrible, but a lot of this is about their own reputation. how they feel about themselves. If they've got a son or a daughter who's doing this or that, whatever the thing is that they think they can be proud of, they can go out and brag about that or feel good about themselves. You shouldn't be worrying about what other people think or what makes them look good. You should be worrying about what totally fulfills you in your heart. And I think now you're getting out of that mindset now, or you're kind of on your way out of that now, because you've got this Hermit here. So you are on your way out of that. But I think it's going to take a little bit more work for you to really fully get there, to really get out of that mindset of, oh, I have to worry about what they think. Oh, I have to worry about not disappointing this parent who's a bit overbearing, or anyone else in my family. And that's transferred over to your work. Oh, my boss says I have to do this. And yes, of course you have to do what your boss says. Yes, we all know that. But there are extra things that feels like you're doing that really you shouldn't be doing. And you should be clearing your head and really thinking about this new path that you want to be on. Because I'm actually seeing a totally new area that you're going to go into if you let yourself get into that. So I hope that helps you. I hope that makes sense to someone, because there's money there. There's money in this thing that you want to do. And it's all about being totally honest with yourself and totally honest with what you want deep down. Again, that Queen of Wands, she's totally honest. That's how you have to be with yourself. And I think the only way you can really think about what you want to do and how you're going to do this is to get some time by yourself, like this Hermit, and get your head clear and really think about that. So I really hope that helps someone. Okay, I'm looking at this Four of Cups now. Yeah, there's definitely someone around you in love. Yeah, it feels a little bit disconnected for some reason. It feels like maybe someone, yeah, that you need to be gentle around someone. I'm getting that very clearly. And I'm just looking over at the Strength card as well, which is all about being gentle and taming and helping and caring. So okay, so what I've got is, I don't know if you're in a relationship with someone that has a child, or whether there's a child around you. It feels like you need to be extra careful and extra gentle around this child at this time. It feels like there's a child here with a lot of stress around them, and might be an older child. And it feels like maybe someone's left them. I don't know, or maybe they're in and out of their life. It's something like that, and it's making them feel quite unstable. And I think they've got this worry, if this is making sense to you, they've got this worry in the back of their mind that maybe they might be left again, or someone else might leave them, or their life might be kind of thrown up in upheaval again. That's the kind of thing I'm getting here. So maybe, you know, it might be that you're in a blended family situation. But whatever the situation is that you're in, because I am seeing a relationship and I am seeing a child here, so it may be related to that, or it might be a separate situation that you have a child around you. It might be your child. But whatever this is, if there's a child that's being, especially if they're being a bit difficult, or if they're acting up or something like that, I think this might be why. It's because they've been feeling that they've been through some turmoil and they're really struggling with that. So what I'm getting here is go a little bit easy on them. They've been through a lot. I'm getting that. Try not to take things too personally. If they say things to you, they might come out and say certain things to you. Try not to take that personally. Of course, you're not supposed to, you know, with children, you can't just say, oh yes, do whatever you want, you know, go easy on it. Of course, if they're breaking rules or if they're acting up, no one should be doing that. But don't be too hard on them, because they've been through a lot. And if they say something to you out of anger or something, don't take it personally. It's not about you. It's about something they've been through. Yeah, I have to say, I am getting a solid relationship here between you and someone else. And it feels like someone needs to know that, because it feels like you or they or someone around this, whether it's you or them, maybe both of you, feel as if it's not so stable right now, or you're a little bit worried about the stability. But what I'm getting here is it feels like, even if you don't feel that solid around this love connection now, it's going to be solid later on, or there is a solid future between you coming up at some time. So I just want to reassure someone of that, if you're feeling like that in a relationship, or even if it's not a relationship, because there's a little bit of backwards and forwards here as well. But whatever that love connection is, there's stability coming for that later on for someone. Right, okay. Yep, there's an axe here. Yeah, there's an axe here. There's someone who's very upset here. It actually feels like there's a storm brewing. There's a storm brewing. So yeah, I'm literally getting that. There's a storm brewing. Yeah, this is about this tower here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into your present now. I'm not going to say any more here because I want to get to that for you so that I can get through that, because I don't want you to stress around that tower. Yeah, it literally feels like there's a storm brewing, and I think that's to do with that tower there. Okay, right, so I'm going to talk about the Strength card because you've got that first up here. Yeah, this is a very beautiful, very tender card, very sensitive. So again, with this child, be very sensitive, be very tender toward them. Try not to get agitated, try not to get too upset. You know, this is someone who's been through a lot, this child. There's anger in them, there's sadness in them, and it's all about taming the lion, which is literally what's in the Strength card. I'm not saying they're a lion, but I am saying there's a bad temper. They might say nasty things to you. So try and be very careful around this. Tread very carefully around this. Okay, now there's an axe here. This is what's in this tower. This is an axe. This is someone who's very regretful. This is someone who's very upset about something. Yeah, they want to tell you something, that there's something they need to tell you. And yeah, I think in the past when you're with them, you had to handle them carefully, I think. Yeah, I don't like talking about things like this. I don't like talking about health and things like that, but I'm getting emotional problems around them, maybe even depression, it might be anxiety, it's something like that. And I think you found yourself caring for this person when they went in and out of these episodes, because I'm getting this, sometimes it was fine, sometimes they were bad-tempered. They had lots of different faces. You had to cope with a lot of different moods, things like that with them. Yeah, very heavy reading so far. But yeah, you can see because there's a tower here. Excuse me. So, okay, I'm getting it. Okay, there's a really clear message here for someone. If you're in this relationship, if you're in this love connection, I'm getting it, especially if there's a child around this, because I keep on getting children here, try and keep the two separate. So I'm seeing this firstly. Keep this axe that has something to talk to you. Keep all that separate from the situation you're in now. If you're in a love connection now, especially if there's a child around you now, even if you're not, even if you're single, you know, protect yourself, protect who's around you from this storm. It is literally a storm. Well, not literally, but it's a storm that's coming in. That's what it feels like. It's a storm of emotion. Now, I don't want you to worry. I'm not seeing any physical harm. I'm not saying protect yourself from an angry person who's yelling or screaming or violent. I know the tower looks violent. I'm not getting that. What I'm getting is, I'm getting an emotional storm. I'm getting lots of upset, and I'm getting them coming clean about things and coming out and telling you things, some truth, some of their truths. And this is about protecting your emotions, and it's about protecting other people's emotions. So I just want to make that really, really clear. Okay, now I've got this person coming in. I've got this ex coming in with this tower here. Lots and lots of messages. I'm getting phone calls. Now, I think you might be open to talking to them. I think you've spoken to them a bit. It might be that this child is yours, and maybe you have to discuss, you know, the situation with this child and where they are on this day and that day and the logistics with them. It might be that. But what I'm getting here is that you haven't totally closed off to them. I'm not saying you're open to them romantically, you're absolutely not. But it feels like there's a situation with a child that might be that there's a child between you. It might not be, but I keep on getting a child. Anyway, there's a situation where they're very, very fragile, and maybe they've come to talk to you about how they're feeling. Maybe you've been open to listening to them in the past or something like that. I'm getting a lot of fragility around this person. It feels like mental fragility. And it feels like, again, when you're with them, I'm getting this again with what I'm seeing in the Strength card, when you were with them, you were caring for them. and you had to deal with all these different moods that they were in. Sometimes they were happy, sometimes they were depressed, sometimes they were laughing, sometimes they were yelling. Lots of different things you had to deal with. Big whirlwind of things you had to deal with. And so when they come back in now, yeah, I'm seeing crying actually. Hurt, crying. It feels like something's hit them emotionally. And what I'm getting is when you broke up with this person, you went through this emotional wind, you know, this emotional storm yourself in your own heart. But now it's time for them to go through that. It didn't hit them, and now it's hitting them. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, so I'm getting lots of long phone calls. So yeah, they've got something to tell you, and I don't think it'd be bad for you to hear this. It's some truth that wants to come out, and that's okay. So what I'm getting here is if you're happy to speak to them, if you're okay about speaking to them, that's fine. You know, do that if that's what you do, because I'm not getting that you're closed off to them, but I'm still getting this warning to protect yourself and to protect the people around you. So if it's too much for you, if you feel like you're going to be drained by this, if it's going to drain your energy, set you back emotionally or something like that, see if you can get them some other kind of help if you can, or try and direct them to somewhere else or someone else who can help them. Because I actually feel a little bit protective of them, because they feel very vulnerable and they feel very emotionally upset and sad, and there's a lot of mental, I won't say mental problems, it might be that, but it feels very emotionally vulnerable. That's what I'm getting. But you know, this is your reading, so of course my main concern has to be with you. So I hope that makes sense to someone. That's what I'm getting with that, and I want to warn you that this storm is coming, and you might be feeling that actually. You might be feeling that. I'm getting that as well. Okay, I'm just looking at this Fool now. So yeah, again, lots of rambling. This Fool's rambling off in all different directions. He doesn't quite know where he's going. So I'm getting rambling conversations. I think they're going to come and tell you all these truths and all of that, but also, you know, their conversations are going to ramble on all different directions. Lots and lots of tears. Yeah, it feels messy actually. Very, very messy. And the thing is, you're a really sensitive person, and you're very intuitive, and you can feel, yeah, this is what I was getting before, you can feel when there's a storm coming, and you had to use that with them, because when you're with them, you could tell when there was a storm coming in the atmosphere, you know, when they were going to kick off or get upset or start whatever, crying or whatever emotion they were going to be in. You could feel that happening, and you used to prepare yourself for that happening if this is you. So this is all about you preparing yourself again for this emotional storm. So if you can feel this coming, if you can feel this atmosphere, if it feels very similar to the way you felt when you're with them, it's coming. And again, don't be obliged to talk to them if it's going to set you back emotionally. Don't be obliged to talk to them. Get them some other help, or direct them in some other direction, even to a counsellor or someone who can help them. Okay, so with this Fool, something else here. I think you're really going to start breaking away from all these old expectations here. You've already started doing this. This is what I'm getting, but this is showing that this is what you're doing now. I'm getting a lot of different things here. Yeah, if you look at this Hierophant, it's really interesting, because this Fool's right next to the Hierophant on the right here. So, and it literally looks like, because the Hierophant, sorry, I'm going backwards and forwards. I'm trying to get all this out as I'm seeing it. I'm trying to express what I'm seeing, and there's so much here. Right, so the Hierophant is right next to this Fool card. You can see that on the right. Now, the Hierophant, again, can be all about doing the right thing. It can be about rules, sticking to the rules. It can be about family. It can be about expectations. And this Fool's literally got his back on the Hierophant. So it looks like you're finally breaking out of that. You're coming into yourself. You're getting onto this new path. That's what you're going to do. I'm getting something to do with education here. The Hierophant can be about that as well. So it looks like you're either going to be teaching in some way. Now, it doesn't have to be traditional teaching. It can be anything to do with teaching people, showing people things, or it could be that you're going to have to learn something yourself, so that you can get on this path. So it might be that you're a student, it might be that you're a teacher, or it might be that you do both. But I'm definitely getting something to do with education here. But this is a huge change for you. This is a big change in your life, and also in your career. I'm trying to find the word career. So I'm so excited by this. So yeah, new career for you, whole new life change for you. And this is all about being true to yourself. That's what the Fool's about. Just watch out, because the Fool's kind of running away from this Hierophant. Someone might not be too happy with you taking this change, changing this path in your life. And again, I think it might have something to do with this parent, if that's you, or someone in your family. They're not going to like this change that you're making in your life. It might actually be a Tower moment for them, when you tell them that this is what they're doing, or what you're doing, I should say. But you've got to be true to yourself. You've got to be the Fool. You've got to be true to yourself. You've got to go down your own path. Right, so okay, so I'm going to go into your future now. Right, so you've got the Page of Swords there. Now again, pages can be students, so it may be that you have to study something, or it might be that you're teaching, or it could be either. So I'm getting that again there. So yeah, I'm getting this child here again. I'm getting this child here again. Now, again, it might be the child of this person you're with, because I was getting a blended family there, or it might not be, it might be your child, but there's a child here. Now, they don't feel all that steady. I'm getting that again. They don't feel all that steady around their home. You can see that this page here, he's up on a hill, and it's full of moss, so it's very unstable. And he looks like he's fighting. He looks very angry. He looks very unhappy. So, same kind of thing again. Yeah, it feels like someone's coming in and out of their life, and they're really upset emotionally. They're not steady emotionally. So if you know who this child is, just see if you can minimize this situation for them practically. If they've got someone coming in and out of their life, see what you can do around that. And if there's nothing you can do around that practically, just see if you can talk to them, see if you can be there for them, try and make them feel a bit more settled if you can, because they feel very unsettled to me. And it just feels like they need someone who's very stable around them. And yeah, this is a very intelligent child, very intelligent child, very intelligent. But the help, what they need help with is not their intelligence. They need help with their emotional side. They need help with their emotional side. So just be there for them. Try and be that stable person for them in their life. Try and be there for them. And again, you can see the anger on this page. So they might say a few things to you. Again, don't take it personally if that's you. So yeah. Yeah, I hate talking about this ex again, but you know, the Tower's right in the middle, and this big outpouring that I'm getting here, it's central to this whole reading, and it's all over here. So yeah, there's a little bit of envy here as well. There's a lot of problems that this ex has inside their head. A little bit of envy. You know, might be that they're looking over at your relationship you're in now and feeling a little bit envious. You know, it's like they're seeing you together. Maybe they're seeing your pictures on social media or something like that. Because again, if you look at this page, in the Page of Swords, it actually looks like he's looking over his shoulder into the Strength card, where there's that love and that care there. So they might be seeing your relationship. And I'm not saying they want you back, but it feels like they're very alone, and it feels like they're upset about that as well. It's like, I'm alone, I'm going through all these emotions. So there's that as well. Yeah, they're finding themselves very, very alone, and they're very, very mixed up in their head. Just looking down at this Three of Wands here, I think there was a time when they did want you back, when they're waiting for you to come back. So yeah, it feels like it might actually be that it's finally hitting them, that they've really got to move on now. That might be what it is. It's like, okay, I'm alone, I'm going through this emotionally, it's really hitting me now. They're in a relationship or they're with someone, I'm alone, what's my life come to? So they're really reassessing their life. They're very, very upset, and they're going through this big storm. So it might be that. Okay, right, I'm just looking at this Three of Wands and the Hierophant together now. So, okay, with this relationship that you're in now, or with this connection that you're in, I have to keep saying this for someone, because someone feels quite unsettled around this relationship. It's a solid connection. It's a really strong connection. And I feel as if I need to say this to someone. Open up and talk to them. Have a conversation with them, because it feels like there's a little bit of guesswork going on here. Maybe you're guessing, oh, how do they feel? Oh, I can't talk to them. I can't open up. They might be like that with you as well. So someone's going to have to open up here and have a proper conversation between you, because it feels like they're guessing how you're feeling, you're guessing how they're feeling. And some of that, if this is you guessing how they're feeling, that might be coming from you and the way you had to be in this past relationship. Because what I'm getting is you used to really try and anticipate this other person's moods and how they were feeling, and you could sense when there was a storm coming. What I want to tell you is you don't need to do that with this person you're with now, or this new relationship here. You don't need to do that. This is a very straightforward person. This is someone who's there for you. They're quite a stable person. So what I really think you need to do is just come out and talk to them. Just have a conversation. And I think when you'll do that, you'll realize how stable this really is. Because the Hierophant represents stability. And that's what I'm seeing in this new relationship. So yeah, please have a conversation with them if you can. If that's what you can do. If that's what you're able to do, I should say. Yeah, so I know this was quite a stressful reading here, but you know, if I'm seeing someone coming in the Tower, which is what I was getting, this ex coming back, yeah, I had to warn you right away, so you didn't worry about that. But just prepare yourself for that coming in. And if you feel as if you can't handle that kind of tension in your life, try and move them on to someone else who can help them. You know, just it's up to you to decide whether you can handle that or not, if that all resonates with you.